But the long-term goals between those that live in town and in the country sometimes are different. As population grows, there will be more housing needed. And guess where things are going to grow into? It's going to grow into farmland. And farmland, I think, is viewed differently by those who farm it compared to those who buy lots from it to build houses. This is not only their present livelihood, but it's been the livelihood of their ancestors for several centuries, really. You go back 100 years, you'll find 90% of the people involved with agriculture. Many times you could just go back one generation, back when I was a kid, to find your family on the farm. And now it's 3 and 4 generations. And the farther away that you get, the less connected you become, to the point when people ask where a gallon of milk comes from. Well, it comes from the grocery store. And they don't realize that, well, there was a real animal by the name of a cow that produced that. And it didn't do that willingly. It had to be cared for properly. It had to be happy and comfortable, as I said earlier, and healthy. And the more that they were in those kind of situations, the more it will produce. And how a farmer has refined their business to be as efficient as they can. Many times the populace has not agreed with that. And they don't like the fact that chickens are in cages or sows are in farrowing crates as they give their babies or in gestation pens. They think that's cruel. But farming has noticed that keeps them healthier. Otherwise, they don't play nicely together.
The agricultural whole program, or mentality, I guess I want to say, is dwindling because we are too many generations away from the farm.
Right.
I know when Bill and I were in the County Pork Producers Association, we did some in-store promotions. And I remember up in Toledo, I was talking to a lady one day and stuff, and she said, I can't believe that you'll kill animals for all this stuff and things, and you guys should get out of farming. And I said, where would you find anything to eat? And she says, well, I'd just go to the grocery store and get it. And I said, where do you think the grocery stores get their food that you buy and eat? Well, from a factory. So the mentality, we as agriculture people have to continue to educate people. And if I can do it through 4-H, and I'm in the Ag Alumni Group at the school in Arlington, and the programs that I help with and put on, and like when we had the barn tour here, the boys were here, and they talked to people and told stories and told about the barn and told about livestock and things. You have to be able to get out there and do it, or we're not going to have anything to eat someday.
Well, we're getting so far away from the land in our thinking and our living, and knowing where food comes from and how it's produced, which includes the breeding of seeds and all kinds of use of chemicals and on and on. So it is complex, and farmers are probably down to 1% of the population today. And and the rest of the world is several generations away from being close to the farm.
Right.
Well, I believe that the longer farming goes on, there's going to be a disconnection between the rural and urban communities. You can see it at the fair, that I'm active in the fair, the county fair, and you can just see it when families come in. They don't know anything about, where their meat comes from, where their corn comes from. And my mom works in town, and, the women she works with says they don't even know what a cornfield is. They think it's all sweet corn. They don't even know, what a regular, just hybrid corn is. And I think down the road it's something we're going to have to teach the, I guess, the people that don't know, where their products come from and how it gets there. So as a farmer, we have to do our job in teaching everyone else.
So we just have a constant job to do on educating the public on how we farm, why we farm, and why we do what we do. And that's never going to change because there's always going to be new people that will need to understand how and why we do things.